Better. So here are my thoughts about this situation. So since after the fight, Izzy has not posted anything on his YouTube, Freestyle Bender that is, I checked before I hopped on here. On his Instagram, he only posted a selfie video of him talking about the loss, saying he hates losing or whatever. And that is really not like Izzy. Is he Izzy always is active after his fights. Even after he lost to Pereira the first time, he was active. He took it in the chin and he was kind of humble with it. But in this case, we've heard silence, radio silence from Izzy's camp. And with the fact that most people are saying easy wait, easy rate, easy rest, I kind of feel like um he probably is leaning towards waiting. Hence why we haven't heard anything from him or his camp. Maybe he's trying to get a confirmation from the UFC to be like, yo, you guys guarantee me getting back in there, even even if the champion fights again before I do. Maybe that's the case. But here is my opinion about all this. I absolutely think Easy should get back in there. Um, well, mostly because of evidence. And the evidence is we've seen him do this before. We've seen him lose to Pereira in the way that he did and come back and win and beat Pereira with the way that he did, which is rather more impressive. And we had one of the best memes coming out of MMA. Yes, Easy being the Cristiano Ronaldo of UFC. And there's this thing with the fact that Dana White was not shy to say Easy gets the rematch if he wants it, or Easy gets the rematch. It's a no-brainer because of the star power and who he is to the UFC. So recently, the UFC and Endeavor, which is the parent company of the UFC, they merged with WWE and formed by a company called TKO now under an umbrella company called TKO. And when that announcement was made, there was a video package that was played. And what I saw was WWE showing all their big stars, mostly right now who their GOAT is right now, which is Roman Reigns, who has all the titles. He has beaten everybody. They were putting Roman Reigns next to Israel Adesanya, right? And this just happened last week, so it was just after the fight. So basically, these video edits have been in existence for a while. So that means that the UFC sees Adesanya as their face right now. Hence why it would be a good look for them for Adesanya to be a champion again. So that's why probably why Dana White was not shy to say, "Oh, we're gonna give you a rematch." Just because if you look at Aljo lost his title to Sugar Sean, but he wasn't guaranteed a rematch. He's out here campaigning for a rematch. Uh, if you say, okay, maybe Aljo got finished, that's not a good look for a champion. He needs to go get a win to get back. Let's talk about Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley had a unanimous decision victory, one-sided against Kamaru Usman when Usman was the new champion, but we never got a rematch of Woodley because Dana White doesn't like them and he doesn't think that that's good for business. But here's my thing: this fight of MMA, yeah, this sports of MMA, it we easily forget. We easily forget. Like our memory is just like the next fight, and then we are on to the future, right? Because like with Strickland now being a champion, if Strickland comes out and wants to defend the title, we can see a lot of people coming out and doing campaigns to fight Strickland. We've seen Cannonier speak about it because Strickland's last loss was to Cannonier. We've seen Dricus talk about it. Dricus saying he doesn't care who has a title, he just wants the title. Now, this makes me think if Izzy is guaranteed a fight, a title fight, immediately after Strickland fights anybody, do you think he should accept and maybe sit out for like 6 months or 7 months? Um, to be honest, I think Izzy should get back in there. But let's see back into the comment section. Oluyinka has something to say. He says their styles don't match at all. Adesanya needs a lot of adjustment. Kamaru spoke about his ego not accepting someone else being the champion, but for this loss, a lot of lessons have to be learned. Yes and no. Um, I don't think that it's going to be tricky for Izzy to make adjustments to beat Strickland. I don't think it's going to be something that they would sit down and drill a lot. I believe if uh if Izzy would fight, if let's assume that he recovers from all the mental depression or whatever he's going on with him right now as a fighter. Let's assume he gets over that. I believe if he fights him next month, a week is enough for to strategize, because he's 35 or 36 years old. He's not going to learn any new thing. It's just basically strategy, mixing up the techniques that you've learned, creating traps, setting traps, and executing. So I don't think it's going to be an issue stylistically. I don't think Sean Strickland is that much of a challenge. um well, it was an off night for Easy. A lot of people would say, but yeah, I like to give Sean Strickland credit, but I do believe that with evidence, the fact that Easy has been fighting for a while, and with the long list of tape that we have of him to study his fight, and Sean Strickland fighting over 20 fights in the UFC, 20 fights, am I right? Yeah, we've got tape and history of them. Putting both history and tape together, you can see that Easy can beat him. I don't think it's going to be something that should be taken too serious. Well, it should be taken serious, but I don't think it's something that we should overthink. And I honestly am not sitting on that fence of saying easy take 6 months. So I feel like he should believe his ego, the voice in his head. I feel like he should take that rematch. That is where I am at.